There we go. We're playing a game against Mohammed Tariq. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. Let's go with the Nimzo Larsen attack and let's see what happens. Let's go bishop to b2. We get d5, c5. So we're going to go bishop to b5 if knight c6 is played. So we get this variation right here, knight to f3. This is just a typical Nimzo Larsen stuff. So here I can actually take and go knight e5, which is what I'm going to do. After bishop takes, I go knight e5. And here actually I'm not going to take right away, but I'm probably going to take within the next couple of moves, which is going to be maybe I should take right away actually, or I should start with d3. Okay, let's go with d3. I don't want to overthink this too much and just lose a lot of time. I'm just going to castle. There's bishop to d6. Let me just take this bishop on c6 because if black manages to castle and then go bishop to e8 in a lot of these lines, it's actually better for the black pieces. So this line is straight up just equal and I don't want to give black any advantage. Let's go knight to d2. I'm going to show that in the analysis later on. I can play f3. I don't think that's good. I'm just going to play h3 here. The pawn was hanging. I had to stop that. My plan is to go queen e2 and e4. So let's see how this goes. And my opponent castles queenside, which is not typical in these positions. I don't want to take the knight because then he opens up the g file, so that's not something I want to do. I'm just going to go queen e2 and e4, which is the typical plan in these positions. Yeah, I just go e4. I'm threatening a fork, by the way, with e5. So he will most likely, I'm probably maybe not take back, but let's see what he does. Because at this point, I think I should have an okay position. I kind of want to play f4, but of course that's hanging. I can't play e5, but I could play knight to c4, which once again threatens this. I'm going to do that because the c4 square is a really good square for the knight. And if he goes b5, that loses the game to takes an e5. That's a fork. So that would be winning for me. b5 is straight up just bad, by the way. His king is castled over here. Goes f4. Okay, so now we need to think about starting an attack. And this makes me think I want to play a move like b4 here just to open up the queen side. I meant to say queen side, I almost said king side. I want to go b4 and then a3. I'm going to gambit a pawn, but I'm going to be opening up the position very, very quickly. I mean, I don't see any other good plan. I don't want to go for f4. That's going to take too long to set up. And I want to play on this side of the board. So might as well just go b4. My goal here is to sack a pawn, but open up lines towards my opponent's king. So after takes, I'm either going to go a3 right away, or maybe I should start with rook f to b1. I think I'm going to go a3 right away, pretty much. I don't see any reason why I would not do that. But let's see. My opponent doesn't even want to take, as it seems, because he's not making this decision right away. So it means that he is sort of feeling the pressure here, maybe at least a little bit. I'm going to go rook f to b1. Okay, so he went back with the bishop. I still have some options of playing this. I could also play, no, a4, now he takes. I could take and then play a4, which is positionally good for me. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take now because he's sort of forced to take back. I open up the b file and I'm going to go a4 and then bishop to a3 is a possibility in some of these positions. So let's see what happens here. I have a very clear plan. I want to attack my opponent. So a couple of my next moves or a couple of my candidate moves are rook b1, a4, bishop a3, moves like that. Knight d7 chosen by my opponent. Do I want to play a4 right away, or do I want to start with rook f to b1? Let's just play rook b1, just because it is a move that is going to be very useful. And then I'm going to go a4 and bishop a3, and then try to double up on the b file. And let's see how the game goes on from there. Maybe a4, a5. Maybe I want the pawn to be on a5 and then I double up, because then b6 I could always take. I'm going to show all of this during the analysis later on, so make sure you guys stick around here. So far the position I would say is okay. For me, probably even slightly better. So let's go with a4. Knight to b6. I don't think I want to trade the knights. If he goes here, I might even consider dropping my knight back. Maybe I'll consider... No, a5, he just takes and my pawns are ruined. That's probably not good. So knight b6, my options are takes or just drop back. And I have to make a decision there. I'm thinking about dropping back because his knight is bad and my knight on c4 is quite good. So if he goes knight b6, I'm going to go back. I have ideas of playing a5. And then kicking that knight further back to the d7 square. So let's see what happens. My opponent is thinking, if he thinks too much, I'm going to cut this part out. He doesn't, thankfully. Let's go a5. And now this pawn is very safe on a5, defended by the knight. Bishop a3 is coming. Rook b3, rook b1 is coming. And let's see what happens here. So my attack is going to be much faster than my opponent's attack here. He's basically not going to have enough time to attack me. I'm the only one who is really attacking. Now, do I want to play bishop a3? I don't see any other way. I'm going to try to double up. So I feel like I kind of have to. I kind of have to play this move, followed by rook to b3 and then rook to b1. So let's see what happens here. Okay, opponent takes rook a3 now. A goal is to go rook b3 and double. He can play this move though, which is kind of annoying. It stops my attack. Maybe my attack is not as strong as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of this knight. I don't really have a good way of trying to get rid of this knight. Okay, maybe I just drop the rook back to a2 to go to b2 and then maybe go with rook b5, but I still don't see a good plan. I don't see a good continuation even if I'm able to accomplish all of that, but he doesn't have a good continuation either. But I think I'm just going to continue with rook a2, rook b2. It's a slow improvement. There's nothing concrete just yet that I'm seeing. I'm just trying to put my rooks on a semi-open b file, pressuring. So g5 I have, or g4 I have h4, h4 I have queen g4. So I don't think there's a threat, but if I go rook b2, does he have queen b7? And then I cannot play anything really all that useful. I'm not necessarily worried, but I could consider this move. I could consider g3, and that creates a lock on this side of the board. So that's a really useful move, g3, king, g2. I think I might do that because that stops any potential attacks by my opponent. So now if he goes h4, I'll go g4. If he goes g4, I'll go h4. So I have successfully created a lock here. And voila, there we go. Okay, he does have knight e6, knight f4. But if he goes knight e6, I'm going to double up on the b file. So that's also something that I have to keep in mind, but you know, I am keeping it in mind. And if he gets to f4, I can always just go king to h2, defend the pawn. But it is a very unpleasant square. Okay, so he's defending that. Now let's go with maybe rook to b5. I can't exactly play a6, b6, and then sacking there. I think I need my queen on this square. I did give him this move, but I have a check. Okay. Knight e4 doesn't work, by the way. So if knight e4, pawn takes, queen takes c4 would be very bad for me. However, if knight e4 is played, I have rook b7 intermezzo, and then queen takes, rook takes, and then I win a knight. And that's winning for me. So he's thinking about this, but it doesn't work. He's not going to go for that. But he might set that up, though, and I have to be very, very careful. I might have to play a move like rook b4 or something. I must say my position is not looking too pleasant. Yeah, he's setting up this move. So do I go rook b4, queen b4? Maybe I want a queen trade here. Queen b4, queen b5. Maybe I want to play a6, not quite. Okay, let's go with queen to b4. Just get the Alekine's gun. over here. Now the knight's protected, but he might play rook c7. I think I'm getting outplayed here a little bit because I don't see a way through, and I feel like my position is getting worse. I don't understand that move. I'm not sure what my opponent's plan is in that scenario. But let's see. Do I have a6 here? And then he takes. Do I have anything that's... No, a6 takes. I win the knight. That's not possible. a6, b6. Takes, queen takes there, king a8. I can take this pawn on f6, but that doesn't work either. Okay, let me just play fast because I don't really see anything, and I don't want to get too low on time here. He trades the queens. Now my goal here is to try to get something over here, but it's sort of tough. a6, there's knight a6 as well. I need my knight on this square. That would be ideal. Okay, let's start. No, if I start bringing the king, he's gonna go here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. I think this is just it's just a draw. I sort of have to shuffle back and forth because I don't see a way I can improve the position. Yeah, this is getting kind of tough at this point. I have to make sure I don't blunder anything. If I can bait out this move, maybe I can go after f6. He's gonna try to go here to pressure everything over here. I might even be worse. I probably am. I'm probably worse in this position, and I have to be very, very careful. I cannot end up in a knight endgame, so I have to keep the pieces on the board. Yeah, knight f4, king h2. Rook b2, or maybe let's go. Okay, he offers a draw. I'm gonna accept it because I don't see a way to improve, and I don't see a way to pressure my opponent, but I think he can pressure me. So we get a draw here. I was sort of worried that I was gonna lose, but did not happen. I had a blunder apparently. Yeah, I didn't play well necessarily. As you can see from the chart, he started to outplay me. I'm surprised he offered me a draw, actually, because if I was playing the position with black, let me make sure the recording is working, I would have definitely pressured white there a bit more. I feel like he could have tried to pressure me. But okay, this is the Nimzo Larsen. We get d5, c5, and here the goal is to go bishop b5. And in a lot of these lines, if they go like knight to f6, we can even damage the structure, and we don't need to be provoked necessarily with a move like a6. We can take, but we can take on c6 if they do something like knight to f6 or even e6. And long term, these doubled pawns are actually good for the white pieces. It's very tough to play that position with black. But my opponent chose bishop d7, knight f3, knight f6, captures. I went knight e5 right away. Once again, I would have taken here immediately and damaged the pawns, but my opponent did not give me that opportunity. Queen f3 is the best move here apparently, although I don't necessarily understand why. Let's say e6, knight c6, queen c6. Just this, bishop takes f6. Yeah, okay, it's a attack on the knight. Okay, if bishop to... Okay, there's no bishop e7. Okay, so e6 or g6. Okay, g6 is technically possible, but it is a very annoying structure. Even if g6 is played, I suspect that I still take here. And then I take on f6, or I go c4. c4 is really good, actually. But yeah, it is a very interesting position. But overall, I would say what I did was okay. Knight takes c6. It's the second computer move. I'm going to keep this queen f3 idea in mind, though. And the goal here is to execute the e4 or c4 pawn break for white with proper setup, with moves like queen e2, knight d2, e4, or c4. Castles, bishop d6, knight to d2, queen c7. I had to defend the pawn, h3. I was wondering whether f4 is better. Bishop takes f6 is best here, which is quite interesting because it does... f4, not g3. Yeah, I was worried about this, bishop g3, but even here I'm better. I'm guessing because of queen f3. No, it's queen h5. This is the correct approach. This is tricky though. If you don't know this beforehand, it's really difficult to go for something like this. Do I take on f6 here? Rook a to e1, so sack the knight as well because I have rook e6. Okay, that is interesting to say the least. Some of these ideas I'm just seeing right now, but f4 allows bishop g3. Queen g4 traps it. There's no rook g8 because the king has not castled. Yeah, so I had some opportunities here to go for an advantage. I should have taken them. So queen c7, I could have taken on f6 and claimed that I have some advantage, but it's interesting that my opponent chose this. But okay, I chose h3, which is a bit of a safe approach, and then I should have gone for c4 here. So with c4, let's say king to b8, what is the continuation here for the white piece? It's this anyway, so opening up the g file is actually beneficial for me. I guess the doubling of the pawns is beneficial for me because these are double isolated pawns, and then I go queen h5. And because my opponent does not have a light square bishop, he cannot easily utilize this g file because you need to go after h3 in a lot of these lines. It's not really possible here, I suppose. But there is still some danger. Like, it's not a cakewalk because let's say rook to g6, let's say rook c1, rook to g8 here. What is my continuation? Okay, just knight to h4, potentially knight f5 in the future. I can drop this queen back, and my knight is really strong on h4, and there's apparently nothing that black has. Very interesting defensive resource for the black pieces. It is a very interesting line. So in a lot of these lines, it was actually best for me to take on f6, despite the fact that it opens up lines towards my king, which is something that I could have used in this game to fight for an advantage, but I went for e4. And of course, I sort of knew that d4 was at least an inaccuracy, knight to c4, and then e5. And here I thought I was better, and apparently I was correct in thinking that f4 was the correct plan. Now, f4 is really strong because of the rule, follow the pawn chain. You have to play on the side where your pawn chain is looking towards. The pawn chain starts on c2 and it goes to d3 and e4, so a natural follow-up is a move like f4. And apparently I should have done it right away, sacrificed this pawn and went e5, but I thought maybe after rook to e8, I take here anyways. Yeah, this is a check. He takes my queen, I take his queen, it's an attack on the queen. Yeah, fair enough. This is something I definitely should have thought about, but did not. Yeah, that would have been really good. And if I move like knight to e7, okay, bishop c1, f6, let's say, and then queen g4. So despite the fact that I'm castled over here, the best way for me to play is still on this side of the board because I have more space over here. Let's say h5, I take this pawn, let's say rook here, just queen f7, and I'm apparently better. So if here, queen e6, and I'm just whistling around just like that. I'm going after this bishop. Actually, there's no way to defend this. This is crazy. The bishop is trapped. Insane. Wow. Yeah, there are some very, very nice ideas. So I guess I just should have been more aggressive with f4, but I went for b4, which was a blunder apparently. And after cb4, a3, I'm not sure what the best move is here for black. I guess rook h to e8 is what the computer says. Rook f to b1. He doesn't necessarily want to take, so actually maybe he does. Takes, bishop takes, and then bishop a3, rook a3, maybe knight d7 or something like this. c3. Yeah, I was thinking about c3, but by the time I was thinking about c3, it was too late in the game because the knight was already on c5. But apparently this and then queen a2 is the right way to play because now a7 cannot be defended because a6 I just take. So c2 has to be played, only move, and then knight to c5. And I'm better here apparently after knight e3 and then knight to d5. Crazy lines, really cool lines though, to be fair. Is there not a tactic takes here? Because I'm not, oh, just queen a4. Okay, but a6 we take anyways. Yeah, this just cannot be defended. Yeah, very, very nice. You just cannot defend a7. I guess maybe queen c5 is the only move, but then rook takes, rook d3. Look at these tactics too. Wow, so there were some really, really nice tactics which I didn't see in the game. So the approach that I went for was I did play b4, and then I took on c5, which was not bad. Yeah, I should have played c3. That's the mistake I'm regretting right now. Instead of rook to b1. Rook b1 is not a bad move. The problem with it is that I'm never going to get to play c3 anymore. But if I play it right now, I'm going to be able to play rook b1 later on. So I should have started with c3, and that would have been really, really strong. And then a4, a5. The problem is, yeah, so I still had an opportunity to play c3, but once the knight gets to c5, now all of these opportunities are just simply gone. And g3 was a mistake too. I should have played rook b2 right away. I was expecting a move like maybe queen d7 or something, and then h4 and some sort of g4, a6, b6, and knight. Yeah, this was correct. Yeah, check here, king a8. What's my, where's my win? Oh, okay, queen d2. Okay, this is winning, but how? Let's see. Rook b8, rook b8, rook v8, and then queen b4, and nobody can defend the knight, because you can't block, and you can't defend the knight with the king. It's too far away. So I just win the piece back, and I'm up 2 pawns, actually, not just one. Yeah, wonderful stuff. So lots of opportunities for me to go for, but I did miss them, unfortunately. I played g3, which was once again a bit passive. And then from here, I thought I was in trouble because I didn't see a way through. So I just went for this queen trade, and I thought that this was better for black after thinking for a little bit, and it is. And what he should have done, in my opinion, is he should have just rerouted the knight to f4 and then slowly improved the position. But he went for this repetition, and then he offered me a draw. I don't think I would have offered a draw here with the black. But of course, with white, I'm worse, so I took the draw. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Strategically, I thought that I didn't play that well, as it turns out, but you know, that's life. We play and we learn. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.